Oh snap, the mic way over here. Managing moderators. Hold on, I gotta get my mic. Oh man, I ain't even test the mic. What up, El Boki? Can you hear me? I'm just assuming I'm on my good mic. Hold up. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all can hear me? John Jones, what's good? Okay, I hope I'm in my good mic, man. What's happening? Natural Boo, what's up? I should have put my ring light on. Okay. Skills, what up? You ready for the night, man? I'm just wasting time until we get on this Zoom, man. This thing kind of late, man. You coming through? Blue Lotus, what's happening? Nicole, what's going on? Nicole, what's up? What's going on? So I don't know, man. I think last time I was here, let me cut this jazz down real fast over here. So I think last time I was here, man, I think I may have talked about like right now in the sky, um, there's a beautiful alignment outside, man, like in the western sky when the sun go down. Um, there's these two bright looking things that look like planets, but they're really stars. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it, but this is like, you can see those two dots right there over the trees. So that's SOS Rio. What's happening? That's actually um Jupiter is closest to the sunset. Is the one that's further towards sunset rather, and Venus is the one that's a little bit closer. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a magnificent alignment, man. On average, it happens once a year because Jupiter's rotation around the sun. You know what I'm saying? We'd be able to see that in a year's time. Um, and so it's really a great, magnificent energy that's there that really represents abundance, good luck, fortune. Um, Depending where it is for you, man, you may could actually go and play lottery. You know what I'm saying? And win scratch off tickets. You may find money on the ground. It's a very, very favorable energy. So this year the alignment happened in Aries. Um, and so it's again, it's pretty dope. Probably late Pisces to Aries, Aries for sure. So it probably got some of that late Piscean energy, which is interesting because in ancient times, Jupiter was the ruler of Pisces before the discovery of Neptune per se. And Venus is actually exalted in Pisces as well. So for them to align right there is like super dope. But the Piscean thing is the energy that represents dreams and imagination, um, you know, vision, a psychic ability as well, some form of music and spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And so Jupiter representing abundance and luck and growth and good fortune. Um, Venus representing your values, money, even relationships. This is just very favorable when it comes to really imagining. This is the perfect time to really get on your vision game, your vision board. This was the perfect energy to really lock in on it. And still is because you can see it outside in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So like really to me, I think it's as simple as um, the real telescope is your eye, is the observation of you. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no fancy device. That's cool. But once you can align with the energy, you know what it is, it then pretty much mirror the principles that was taking place. Like to me, that was like one of the greatest, you know, things the Egyptians could have did in a sense, or on that particular landmass was like, oh, okay, we're gonna build these three pyramids right here, and then later on, astronomers will find out like, oh, wait a minute, this is ironic. These three pyramids actually look like they align with Orion's belt. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it was like, oh, so only thing you had to do was like build something to mirror an alignment. That's cool. That's just building something to mirror an alignment. The earth is full of those, right? In North America, we got what's called the earthworks, known as like Serpent Mound, Newark Great Circle, the Octagon in Newark, the Great Fort outside of Cincinnati, Cahokia Mound outside of East St. Louis, you know, and so forth and so forth. You got these mound structures that were pretty much built to mirror certain celestial phenomena. And then, of course, the beautiful aspect of the whole country, right? Washington, D.C. is laid out by Benjamin Banneker. He lays this thing out, something known as the Federal Triangle. You can Google image it if you've never heard of it before. And, you know, you have these three buildings, you know, which would be like Washington Monument, the White House, and the U.S. Capitol building. And they will form what looks like what's called a right angle triangle. It's not a equilateral triangle like go up the rock triangle. It's an equilateral triangle, you know what I'm saying, which is more like an L, and then it's like this, a long shaped triangle in a sense, or what's called a right angle triangle. That's right. Emerald Mound. Emerald Mound is dope. We've been there. We went to Emerald Mound like in 14. Man, I gotta go back because I had some damn weed gummies and I was so high out of my body that like I'll never do gummies again because of that right there. So I ain't even walk around because I had this stereotype, bro, that Mississippi is on the record for having the most lynching of black people. So I'm from the north, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I ain't feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm paranoid, you know what I'm saying? But when you get back there and right when that Emerald Mound wasn't nothing but black folks back there hanging out across the street from a damn gas station. Brothers, niggas on Crown Vics, on Dubs and everything. And it's like, where the hell all these niggas come from? You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no big city around it. And so, but Emerald Mound is special because we do got to go back because there's a mound, a hill that's on top of Emerald Mound that deals with a certain planet. And that's a whole nother level of work that got to be done. So that's in the future. That's definitely coming because it got to be done. But like Emerald Mound in Mississippi that the brother talking about, you got some stuff, man. You got some stuff that's here and whatnot. And so we can see the archaeoastronomy, right, where you build physical edifices, in conjunction with, stars. Again, Washington, D.C., those three buildings I named line up with these three stars. You know what I mean? Spica, Regulus, Arcturus, they line up. And when you look at those, they look like a triangle if you can connect the dots to all of them and whatnot. And so, that's laid out by Benjamin Banneker, you know what I'm saying, who is definitely an astronomer because he has an almanac that was keeping track of, an almanac and ephemeris that's keeping track of planetary rotations. You know what I'm saying? So if you Google Benjamin Banneker almanac, that'll come up. You will see like the Society of Friends or the Quakers are in possession of that particular his astronomical information, and also a clockmaker, right? And so now, but that's buildings. What that got to do with your physical, cultural events, right? Now, again, the Jewish culture, they are so in alignment because they do things like Rosh Hashanah, the head of the new year. Usually, that's when the moon and the sun come together in Virgo, known as a new moon. I always say like, wow, that's interesting because out of the whole 12 zodiac signs, Virgo is the only woman that's depicted there. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius is a man, Gemini is the twins, that's considered Castor and Pollux dudes. Um, Everybody else, if I'm not mistaken, is like animal form. And Sag is half man, half mammal, like Jay-Z would say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is on the animal plane. You know what I'm saying? Um, or an object like Libra. That's an object. It's not even a human or animal. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and so when you look at Rosh Hashanah, you know, the Festival of Lights, another one, you know what I'm saying? Landis, what's happening? Manifesting Bliss 777. Oh yeah, remember when I on here and I was like, yo, we're gonna check that homework assignment because I got mines. I got mines. I was on the highway driving Friday night, and I'm gonna see 777. There you go. I said, y'all heard me say it. I said, I guarantee you I see 777. And then I said, yo, y'all gotta take y'all pictures if y'all see 777. So did anybody see 777 yet? Because I seen it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, um, um, Easter, you know what I'm saying? Easter, you know, I got me a personal trainer, right? So I just hired dude. Tuesday would be my fifth meeting with him. Um, and he holds Bible classes inside the gym. You know what I'm saying? And so we get to talking, and ask why Easter change every year, and I'm like, you don't know why Easter change? And he didn't know. And this dude went to theology, he went to seminary, and he don't even know why Easter changes every year. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Ishtar. So Easter changes every year because it's predicated upon the observation of the spring equinox, then the first full moon after that. So the first full moon after the equinox that following Sunday is going to be Easter. And a full moon don't care. Full moon don't come every March 21st. Like an equinox may come March 21st, March 22nd every single year. The full moon, if it came on March 21st, you know how long it'd take for the full moon to come on March 21st again? It'd take 19 years for the full moon to come back on March 21st. So the full moon don't care about March 21st. It's on its own calendar system. It's on its own thing. Okay. And so the first full moon after the equinox, you got to have March 21st, 22nd first. Then the full moon could be March 23rd. And then that following Sunday, there go Easter. Or the next full moon may come in April because the full moon already came. You know what I'm saying? Before March 21st. So now the first full moon after that is going to be in April. So sometimes now your Easter's is in April. You see what I'm saying? But my point is, they are observing the moon when you do that, right? Okay, no problem. But you're putting a custom, a practice of activity together in alignment, in conjunction with a celestial body. So what is that? That's no longer astronomy at that point. When you start doing physical acts and exhibiting behaviors called festivals, celebration, and things of that nature, then guess what? Right? Guess what? Then that means you are practicing what I would dare say, what we call astrology. All right. You know what I'm saying? So now, man, we was talking, and he a 32nd degree Mason and don't know this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have a ball. But as you get older, you learn how to don't say much, and I'm learning how to ask questions to get a person to think. Knowing I know the answer, but ask a question to get the person to ponder and kind of play possum and play dumb. Because I ain't there for that. I'm there for, the physical workout in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm at a point in my development where I just want to, hey, it's up to you. I raise a question, you come back and we build, we build. If not, then I know you ain't studying anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell him that's one thing about masonry. I should do a video on masonry. I probably get 1,000 views on that shit. It's masonry, Freemasonry. They don't work with the mysteries. Freemasonry is a great charitable organization, fraternity, brotherhood in society right? It's the most famous. You know, you do good things. One thing I love about Freemasonry is you'll open up a lodge meeting, and before you get busy, you will be like, hey, brother Randolph's widow, his wife, we sent her X amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like there's you got a treasurer, and then your job is to do community work and look after your brothers who was in the lodge. And if they're no longer there, then you look after their family to the best of your ability. So it's a great thing of brotherhood and charity. But when it comes to the mysteries, they don't know shit. I'm gonna give it to you. And that's why the great Manly P. Hall became honorary 33rd degrees. They was just throwing him the degree because he has so much knowledge that he was taking these dudes to school. In Freemasonry, you're not even taught the 12 zodiac signs in order. You're not even taught about the signs. You don't even really know. You know what I'm saying? And you have to piece this stuff together. You know what I'm saying? They're not even giving that. It's just a boring ass, a boring ass ritual. And the ritual may consist of, you know, just stupid stuff. All that stuff is online. It's free now at this particular point. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like school. School is predicated upon how well you can remember something. That's it. That's it. So if I can remember what the thing is, that don't mean nothing just because I can remember something. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't have the mysteries. You know what I'm saying? Now what El Boki just put in the chat, the Rosicrucian got the mysteries. They are the Rosicrucians are, and I'm not talking about Mark, you know, and I'm not knocking Mark. Golden Dawn's all right. It's a little, it ain't really my twist per se, but some good work. Um, the Rosicrucians are the true custodians of Egyptian mystery schools, without a shadow of a doubt. It ain't even close. This is where the mystery is at in that particular, you know, in that particular school of thought. You know what I'm saying? Freemasonry don't have it. Them cats don't got it. But you know, Freemasonry is good in society. You know what I'm saying? If you can, because everybody well, I ain't gonna say everybody. You got people who are that, and then it's easier to relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna tell you something that you should really strive to get in, black men, and maybe we're gonna have this conversation tonight, um, because again, every third Sunday at 9 o'clock, as of now, at 9 o'clock p.m., the brothers get together privately on the Zoom, and we have a gentleman's club meeting. You know what I'm saying? And so, something we should look into is something called the Union Club. Okay. I think the first one was in Philadelphia. It started in the time of the Civil War. This is a very prestigious type of organization, man. They had them in Cleveland, Illinois. You can see, I mean, listen, you damn near gotta go get 3 people who can, you know, attest to you, you know, to vouch for you to get in. You know what I'm saying? But you want to move with some shakers in society, in a sense. I think we need to start joining union clubs, man. And um, every society from Rockefeller, especially in the West, has always had they've always had some type of club where they meet up, right? It could have been the civil and engineer club. You know what I'm saying? It could have been, you know, anything. You know what I'm saying? The athletic club. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and they still exist to this day. And so your mayor may be a part of it. It's just the people in society that's moving and doing things, you know, that's where they at. You know what I mean? And so I feel like as men, you know, and I think we at that time too, man, with women as well, man, we need to be really entering in certain circles in a sense and with society. And, you know, if you're a mover and shaker, you know what I mean, to make things happen. You know what I mean? You know, real estate deals be going down, all kinds of stuff be going down. Policy, which, you know, people who know what's about to happen in the future because they're part of the zoning and committee and the planning stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to know this stuff. And one thing I'm gonna tell you about real estate is it's not illegal to have inside information. You feel me? Meaning I had information about an area that was, you know, that was gonna get bulldozed and the streets was gonna get redone up 3, 4, 5, probably like 5 years like 5 years ahead of time. They're just now doing it now. I done came and bought 2 properties in that area, sold them, and got out of that thing, and and now I'm watching it develop to this day. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not, that's not illegal. Like, you can't do that with stocks because that's inside information. You see what I'm saying? But with real estate and society, man, you can figure out what's going on. You just need to know. And I think especially as men, we need to know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look into the union clubs, man. Seriously. And that's just on some, you know, becoming better contributors to, your immediate society. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. All right, man. So anyway, Jupiter and Venus, man, outside, really, really, really great. If you know your chart, well, let me see that. Let me see. Man, just gonna say secret societies is not it. Well, you really wouldn't know if you're not in one though. Like why wouldn't it be it in a sense of like, here's an example, right? What's the congressman that was in Maryland and he died? What was his name? Was who was his name? But that congressman that was in Maryland and he died, right? Civil rights activist and whatnot. When he was getting contracts as a senator, right? I think he was a senator. As a senator, as he was getting contracts to come into his district, right? Who was he awarding the contracts to? He was awarding the contracts to his wife, was creating LLCs and businesses, and his friends and family were creating businesses, and he was awarding those contracts to those people. You see what I'm saying? And so, see, this is the thing, and I ain't talking about, I'm talking about create your own shit. That's why I created Lincoln Equity Group. Create your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, create your own thing, but it ain't nothing wrong with literally knowing what's happening in your society. See, this has always been my mindset, man. Right? And again, I'm talking to me. This is some man shit to me, right? Like, I couldn't never get with these conscious niggas talking all this shit about white boys running the world and being Masons. Like, these motherfuckers got some goddamn secret type of language and shit, and they run in society, and I'm in society, and I got a slight issue with this black and white problem that we have, right? So you mean to tell me that you motherfuckers is running the world? Okay, so then you progress in your study, and then you'll see something like, well, hold on, there's something called Prince Hall Masonry. And Prince Hall Masonry, you mean to tell me that pretty much that the degree work is the same degree work as the white boy who's running the world? That's what you're trying to tell me? Oh, okay, then I got to go get that. What you talking about? I ain't afraid. See, I ain't afraid to go get that. Cause see, you would either you gonna go beat them and take it, or you gonna spook who's at by the door type shit. You gonna learn from it, and then you gonna use what you can use, and then you will start finding out some things, such as people like George Washington. Amazing. Um, George Washington, George Washington literally made it illegal for anybody to export slaves on a boat and send them out of the country in the form of slavery. George Washington made that shit illegal. George Washington also had about 5,000 black men fighting in the Revolutionary War, right? George Washington also signed a document in 1774 called the Articles of Association. In point 2, they talked about they was going to get rid of slavery and stop dealing with slavery because King George was forcing that shit upon the colonies. And they ain't going to have nothing to do with it come this upcoming December. But yeah, he a Mason. So now the question becomes, because I was taught this is what I was taught. The Moors had taught that black folks in the East, African, Europe area, initiated Europeans to become Masons because black people was about to get put to sleep, i.e. 1492, Christopher Columbus, transatlantic slave trade era. Black people was about to get rocked to sleep. So a certain group of initiated white boys had to basically hold certain things until we wake back up and get in position to come get that, right? Now, here's the kicker. I challenge that shit. Like, just to look at the irony of some things, open up a window right now on your tab on your computer and Google Northern Masonic, Google image, Northern Masonic District. And watch this map pop up and look at, you will see that the Northern Masonic District for the Scottish Rite is all of the northern states that absolutely was the critical point where you ran to, your ancestors ran to become free as slaves. And then also initially, got in the Civil War and fought and got you free. Okay? This is the northern jurisdiction. The southern jurisdiction is everything below the Ohio River, pretty much, and everything out west all falls in the southern jurisdiction. Now, my question would be, in the northern jurisdiction, why is it that you got the exact same states that was critical to our freedom? What you sitting on? What you waiting on? What you really trying to say here? You see what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna hold the other. I'm gonna hold the other one. I'm gonna hold the other side, Landis. I'm gonna go in that thing, and I'm not saying that you participate in anything that you may find out to be immoral or anything, but you come to find out. What I come to find out was simple. Oh, that's a judge. That's an attorney. Oh, all the brothers, especially in Philly, all the brothers. Oh shit, all the cops was Prince Hall Masons, for the most part. What we talking about? What? Man, blowing the horn a certain way, and the dude that's monitoring the outside bust a U-turn, literally doing a bout face because I blew the horn a certain way, then I throw my hands a certain way, and then he basically throw his hand a certain way and bust a U-turn and go off. Why? Because we already had a communication that although I know I'm parked illegally and you're on the beat, leave me alone because I'm your brother over here. I'm working on something over here, although parked illegally, right? So you get the benefit of the past, you get the benefit of the doubt. This thing is about knowledge. I could never understand, and again, I'm just telling you about my evolution coming up through this thing. Like coming through more science, these cats walking around with a fez on, talking about they got 360 degrees of knowledge and all this shit. But yet you can't even speak 32 degrees. How you gonna talk about you taught the white boy and you can't even remember? You don't even know what this nigga know. It ain't make no sense to me. You mean to tell me you God? I'm God, I'm God body and all this stuff, right? You taught the white boy he a caveman, he all that, and now he developed these little punk ass 32 degree systems, really three that you really got to know. He only developed these three little grades, and you can't even discipline yourself to go learn that shit since you taught him. Like, how you gonna even have a communication with him? How is he to look at you if he was there for you? How is he gonna differentiate you between the rest of these niggas who come through here? And your intellect ain't there. You can't even throw no hand gesture. You don't even know what sign to throw. Like you supposed like, man, stop it, man. Not me. You got me bent. I can't fathom the idea of somebody thinking that they can absolutely play a game on me intellectually and I'm not even aware of it. That like to me that don't sit well with me at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know, um, these schools become, to me, they become a little imperative a little bit. And then they get boring and you get out of it, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, there's some other stuff, man, that's absolutely, man, listen, man, you start getting the mystery schools, man, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the Essenes, this is the Gnostics, oh, the Egyptians had this, whoopty whoop. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, that's me. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to find your history, your heritage inside of the lineage of it, which makes it yours. But then how is it yours? And you don't even know how to calculate. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know how to calculate. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man, I ain't with it. I ain't with it. You know what they say? Ignorance of the law is no excuse, man. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. I remember it was a story, man. We in Philly, um elder brother used to walk around with a black fez on. So in the Moorish school of thought, the black fez was like the nigga who know the law. Like this nigga, like, what? You got a black fez on? Oh, nigga, you God, right? And so he get pulled over, you know what I'm saying? And cop see him with the fez on, back up, walk towards him, throwing some signs. Dude didn't do nothing, back up, do it again, come back throwing some signs at him. My man don't know what to do because he ain't no Mason, but he walking around with the black fez on like he just, man, cop hammered his ass, hit his ass with everything he could, as far as every ticket he could possibly get him with. You understand what I'm saying? Because you couldn't meet him on a level. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, I feel like, I feel like we have to, some of us got to challenge that school of thought and see what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I'm gonna get off that tangent right there, man, because that's some art of war thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I just wanted to kick it with y'all real fast, man, because we about to hop in this Zoom in about 8 minutes. If you got a question, man, shoot it real strong. David Strong, what up, man? You know what I'm saying? You threw the whole car at that dude, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? How about nature's law that's in motion destroying man's law? What you mean? What you see? What you see? You know, nature's law that's destroying man's law. You know what I mean? I think that, like, if we talking like nature and cataclysmic events and things of that nature, you know what I mean? You always gonna have a society, man. Every civilization has perished, bro. Them Egyptian niggas gone. Them Nubian niggas gone. You know what I'm saying? The Mayan niggas, literally name means disappear or illusion, gone. The Anasazi, the motherfuckers that was way out west and southwest New Mexico area, gone. You know what I'm saying? Every ancient civilization, Atlantis, Lemuria, if you want to go that far, gone. Right? And so now here you are looking like you the peak supreme of humanity once again. You know what I'm saying? Maybe global warming is real. Maybe, nuclear war is real. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 5G is messing up some things. Like there's always, fragments of your artifacts left. You know what I'm saying? Because human beings haven't advanced to the point to be here forever, in a sense, and there's a story to be told. You know what I'm saying? So that's the history, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, probably ended on this note because we got to go at 11, right? Um, I will hope so. I will. What's up, Angela? I will hope so that we get some type of elevation. Um, the planet Uranus, right? Jew brung it up to me. I looked into it. It's like, yeah, you're right. Do you know in the American Revolutionary War, right? The planet Uranus was in Gemini, right? And that's like, say that's 1776. And it takes about 84 years to go full cycle. So in 84 years, it's the 1860. Guess what? The start of the Civil War is 1861. So now we in the Civil War. Then you do 1860 plus 84 years. Now you in 1944. What's that? World War what? Two? Yeah, I think that's World War Two. Yeah, that's World War Two. Right? So you do 1944 plus 84. You at what? 2028. This thing about to go in there in 2026, homie. The planet Uranus ain't missed since the incorporation or the foundation of these 13 colonies becoming the United States of America. Every time the planet Uranus has went into Lake Taurus, where it is now, and goes into Gemini, there has been a massive war. And he ain't missed. He's 3 for 3. Okay? And so now it's about to get ready. The things is rumbling. So now you seeing stuff that you seeing it. You know what I mean? And so what's gonna be the extent? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or will we be able to send out some type of signal via thought, collective coherence that would destroy the negative thoughts of those who are wanting to participate inside of war? Can you create an image? Can you create a placebo to intercept this one? And now that would make Uranus, since the exception of the country, be 3 for 4, which is 75%. Because right now he 3 for 3 at 100%. But if we make him miss this next pocket, you dig? We make him mix this next pocket, he gonna be 3 for 4, which is 75%. You know what I mean? Or is it necessary? You know? Or is it necessary? To be continued. Maybe we'll deal with that, you know what I mean, in a whole nother video. Uranus and Gemini equal world wars, because that's the radical your ideas at this point, you can't hold it no more. Gemini is the most volatile sign in all of the heavens. And I ain't talking about the people per se. I'm talking about that space. If you really understood that space is the most volatile space in all of the 360-degree 12 areas of the zodiac type of space. I don't know about way up north or way down south, talking about the region, like the North Star, Polaris, the other stars that's up there. I'm talking about within the zodiac belt. Gemini is absolutely the most volatile space there is, right? And so every time Uranus is here is war. Uranus represents radical ideas, but Gemini represents the mind and thinking. What the hell do you think about? Ideas. So they're kind of synonymous here. You ask me, the planet Uranus is exalted in Gemini because, see, Uranus represents freedom and it wants something to be done for the people. So now any ideas that was just outdated, it's about to come out now. And unfortunately, it's going to be an explosion because Uranus energy represents uranium. So therefore, it is explosive. You see what I'm saying? So it's time for revolution. The revolution will come, man. Every time Uranus gets here, there's some form of revolution. The question is, what's going to be the revolution? That's the question. That's the question. And how are our own thoughts aiding into this particular energy as well? Because emotionally, we participate in things. When you see something that you dislike and you have a strong disdain for it, that's an energy that you just put out into the ether. Space is sensitive. Space records everything. Like if you really pay attention to the crux of our videos, right? Like these astro videos, right? Like I'm showing you like the Rodney King shit and Tyree Nichols, right? I am showing you every time the planet Mars got back at 15 degrees Gemini, it was an event that took place. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, whoa. And that's just the planet coming back to that area of space. And then the event triggers. Like that's telling you that the space has memory. Now, when you deal with two planets, let's say a planet is here when you're born or at the time of, an event, but then another event happens when another planet is here, but the first planet ain't there no more. Then that produces an event. So it's like the space remembers that you had a planet here. And every time another planet gets in that alignment, a certain event happens. As if that planet was there, but it's not there. The space has memory. And that's what you like. You gotta really like when you ponder on that shit, man, it's like, shit. I need to go smoke. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I just wanted to kick it with y'all real fast, man. Hey, man, if you don't know, man, if you're a gentleman, Angela, what's happening? Man, we'd love to have you on our Gentlemen's Club, man. Like every third Sunday, right now, third Sundays, 9 p.m. We get together, and that's what we about to do right now on a private Zoom and just have men talk. You know what I'm saying? No ball caps, none of that. You gotta, put a button up on or something, and let's just talk about how we can be better, productive men. So that's what we about to get to. And man, I'll see y'all soon. All right, peace.